Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Inessa and I'm an author from Toronto, Canada, and I publish under the pen name A. Sage. I write a lot of mystery, a lot of fantasy, a lot of mayhem. I'm currently writing a cozy mystery series that's paranormal, but I've also written young adult. I'm working on nonfiction, picture books, thrillers, you name it. So I am a wide genre scope type of author. And on this channel, what I like to do is kind of share my experience as I not only experiment with different genres and write them, but I also like to share tips and tricks along the way, different tools that I'm using, tools that I'm testing that might be beneficial to writers. I like to do planning, plotting, technique, craft videos, planner videos, because I'm a huge stationery nerd. So if that sounds like something that you want to be a part of, then make sure that you are subscribed and that you hit the bell notification so you don't miss any future videos. Now, today we are doing an author chat video. I realize we haven't done one in some time and a lot has happened. A lot has been happening. This is a very busy couple of months for me. As you can tell, I am in writing mode. Like I don't even have jewelry on. I'm not even wearing my wedding ring. My hair is like a mess, although it probably looks the same as always. I'm wearing my standard t-shirts that I wear when I'm in editing mode, but I really wanted to get a video out because we missed one last week, and so I didn't want to have 2 weeks without videos. I'm on a wild deadline right now. So an author chat, if you are new to this channel, what I do in these author chats is I kind of catch you up on what I'm doing on the back end so you can see what happens in an author's life, somebody who does, for the most part, writing and other writing related adventures as their full-time job. So full disclosure, if you are new here, writing is not like 100% of my income. I am also a book coach. I am currently, I think my roster of clients is just over 20 clients right now that I'm coaching. I am taking on more because some are leaving and it's a revolving door. So I'm also a book coach. I am a cover designer as well. And so those are kind of the three main things that I do essentially for a living. Recently, however, I have also started ghostwriting as part of my Inessa Sage. So not my A. Sage pen name, but Inessa Sage, my real name. So part of that, which is where the coaching comes in, I have also started ghostwriting. And I'm currently working with my first ghostwriting client, which has been a really, really exciting adventure. Now, obviously, I can't say the client's name, and I'm not going to say the genre it's in, but let's just say it's one that I'm very, very familiar with. However, here's the hectic part. As it landed, it so happened that I have a book due to my publisher, 6 Brews Under, which is the 5th in my Orchard Hollow series, and the second to last, but there will be a novella as well. But this is the second to last big book in that series before we jump into the next one, which is a spin-off from Orchard Hollow and one I'm very, very excited about, but can't share anything about yet. But 6 Brews Under is due mid-April. My ghostwriting book is also due mid-April. That is 2 books that are due on the same timeline. They had a very, very rigid timeline, like a very quick-paced timeline because the way the holidays fell and all of that. So that's been happening. So I've been basically writing 2 books simultaneously. Outside of that, I've been trying to calculate how many big projects I have for this year as far as writing goes. And I'm on the line for about 8 books total, if not more, depending how this first ghostwriting book goes. Because I am also working on a picture book, and that's more illustration. That's a passion project for me, though. I'm not counting it as, that's part of the indie part. So I do want to stay as a hybrid author. So as I mentioned, I do want to have more indie work that I'm putting out there kind of on my own. So I'm working on this picture book, which is going to be pretty much like a gift for my daughter's birthday next year when she's 3. And I'm really, really loving the process. But I do have to do it in my own free time. I can't do it during work hours and all of that because it doesn't fit into the schedule. I'm working on a nonfiction. If you're interested in writing cozy mysteries, I am working on a pretty specific nonfiction book to teach writers how to write cozy mysteries. And I am trying to make this book as not advanced, but kind of friendly to all levels of author, but also as full as possible with information. So I'm also going to be packing it with specific beats that I'm currently in the process of developing, because some of the beats that I was using before, and if you missed the video where I share the beats that I use for my own cozy mystery when I'm writing currently, this is current because it's been updated, but I'll have it linked in the cards, like maybe somewhere here, or in the description. I'll see which one I can figure out what to do and remember what to do when I'm editing. But I am trying to come up with a system that works a little bit better for me, and one that will be universally working for everybody. There's nothing new in beats out there, but just the way I structure it, I think will work better for me. And that's something that I'm going to be sharing with people in the book. So there's going to be beats. There's going to be world building. There's going to be like work areas for you to start filling out, like character development and setting development and questions to ask yourself. Like there's going to be like a lot in there. And so that's another project that I'm working at, nonfiction. I do want to do a video on how to write nonfiction because, as it turns out, 75% of it's not 80% of my coaching clients all write nonfiction. So while I write fiction and fantasy and mystery and, murder stories, my authors write nonfiction and they write memoirs, they write self-help books, they write tip books, all of that. And so it's very different. It's a very different process. And I found that because of working with so many nonfiction authors, it inspired me to want to write a nonfiction of my own. And so that's going to be an indie project as well. And when that is all done, I am working on the thriller that I've been kind of toying around with and mentioning. And I have finalized the plot for it. And I've just changed some stuff around. And I am really, really excited. I really want to get going on this thing because I think it's an interesting, twisty kind of thriller. And it's going to have nods to the paranormal because that's just how I like to live my life. But it is going to be like very heavy on the thriller genre, the psychological thriller genre. So I'm trying to think when I can also work on that because there's also cover clients, right? So my cover design right now, what I've decided to do is because there's so many writing projects and coaching projects that are spread out throughout the year. And I'm kind of on the line with a lot of contracts at the moment. So I do have to put the writing and the coaching first. For cover design, I am really easing up on pre-mates. I don't know if I have too much time to do a lot of pre-mates, so I'm sorry for anybody who's been in Cauldron Press in the group and just waiting on pre-mates. I don't know how many I'm going to be putting out this year just because I'm so busy and I don't want to put out subpar work. I am taking custom clients, but I'm also only taking 1 or 2 custom clients a month. My schedule just does not allow for me to do it. I would love to do more, but my schedule right now, it just simply does not allow for that. We'll see what happens next year. But for this year, I think 1 or 2 as a maximum, but probably 1 client a month for custom designs is all I can manage at the moment. And I'm only doing it because I just love to do cover work so much. I don't necessarily need to do it. I have all this other stuff I'm doing, but I do love cover work. And so I really want to do it. So that's kind of like what's been going on, like author-wise. I don't think this is going to be a very long author chat video, even though a lot is going on, but a lot of it is just me writing, really. It's writing, it's developing. I can talk more about my ghostwriting experience and how that's been working. If anybody wants to hear that, drop a comment if you want to hear how I kind of started the process, how to go about like getting clients, what the process really looks like, so I can help guide there where I can, because right now I'm pretty much like all finished. I'm editing, roughly editing, because usually like when you ghostwrite, for the most part, you're having a clean first draft. And so I'm cleaning up the first draft, adding some stuff, bulking it up, all of that, just making it super perfect before it goes off to the client for final words. But something really fun happened. And I have it here. You probably saw it in the thumbnail. But the paperback for The Dead We Keep came in. And I just want to talk about I am obsessed. I have this here. So, the whole family can enjoy it with me, but I also have the book up in my office and I just can't stop looking at it. I'm trying to kind of show you guys, but this is the updated cover. So this book originally was published as The Things the River Hides. And it got a bit of a facelift, essentially to kind of go more with, trends and genre expectation and, to kind of give it new life. So it's got a second edition. And this is what we're looking at. So this is the cover. I did design this myself. I'm very proud of it. I love the new title. If you have read The Things the River Hides, you will know that the dead we keep comes from a specific line in the book. And so I won't say what it is if you haven't read it, but look at the back cover. And then we can look at the spine. Oh, it keeps focusing on me, so hopefully I'll hide and you guys can see the spine. And then I redesigned the interior as well. So the beauty of being a cover designer is we start with the quotes from the book and it said, "We are all of the river." And then this is the title page. So I have a lot more room on this here. Let's see, just check if it's focused. But I have a lot more room for signed copies here where I think the other one was a bit more designed. And then we have just a very much simplified but still designed version of the headers. And I really, really love this. So the book is very, very special to me. Oh, and it's like a little snowflake because there's snow and blood are really kind of like the thing. And so this book is really special to me. So this is one of my books that has won awards. It's won multiple awards, and I'm pretty excited about giving it a new life, because I think if we can, I do strongly believe that it should be read more. I mean, it's like my baby. It's the only standalone I've ever written. This is very much a standalone book. We're going to see how it goes, but I do want to work on maybe some hardcover editions, maybe some special editions. Once we kind of start rolling this out more, I'm going to be pitching this book to book boxes, and we'll see how that goes. I have had experience. So when Cartega first came out, so let me just switch around for anybody who's not familiar and hasn't read it. So this is Cartega. It's my science fiction fantasy book. And when that first came out, it was in a book box. So it was in a pretty big book box, and it was really, really fun to go through that process. But I'm going to be honest, financially, it didn't make a lot of sense because of shipping and how things had to be worked out, especially because that book was originally indie published. It isn't anymore, but it was originally indie published. And so financially, I basically broke even, I think. And it was a ton of work, right? So I don't know. I'm going to have to think about book boxes, but I think The Dead We Keep would make for a really spectacular book box if I can get some specialty hardcovers done. However, Kickstarter is a big thing now, and a lot of authors are having really good success with it. And so I am tinkering with the idea of maybe doing a Kickstarter for it with a specialty edition, because fantasy does tend to, this is YA fantasy, but it's a YA fantasy, or more like a dark fantasy. There is a lot of mystery to it. And it's based on folklore. It's based on more dark folklore, Eastern European folklore. One that folklore that I grew up with and know a lot about. And so I think that type of book just lends itself really well to Kickstarter campaign, to foiled edition, to sprayed edges, to different art. I have had a lot of art done for this specific book, and it's been really, really nice. And so I think I can get more art done for it. So I'm thinking about that. But there's a lot of ideas, and I'm sure people who are creative can relate. We have a lot of ideas and a lot of plans, but not as much time to do all of this. And so I think as somebody who is limited on time, because I'm also the mom of a toddler, which, they don't tell you about, but they don't call them the terrible twos for nothing. So it's taking up a lot of time to A, be a mom, B, be a mom who works from home, C, be a mom who works from home and also has multiple income streams. So if you're in the same boat, please let me know in the comments. I would love to like have like a shared, cry fest experience for how stressed we are most of the time. So I would love to do something for the Dead We Keep that is very special, like a special hardcover edition with less pages and the whole thing. But I think time-wise, I don't know if it's going to happen this year. If anything, I might put it kind of on the docket for next year, and we'll see how it goes. It's also a matter of shipping all these out, right? We live in a condo. We live in a 2-story, like fairly large condo. Like we've got several bedrooms, the whole thing. It feels more like a townhouse. However, there's still space, right? Like we have a kid, she takes up a lot of space. She's got a ton of stuff, even though she's like yay big, But I don't have space to do all of this. So like I would have to consider doing something and figuring out like where all of these books would be stored, where all the extra bookish things would be stored, how the boxes would get mailed, because again, I'm in Canada and our Canada Post system is quite tragic. So I would have to go through like an aggregate, like Chit Chats or something like that. So there's a lot of things at play here, and I would have to take someone on to kind of help me with all of this. I doubt I could do it all myself. So I don't think it's happening this year. I would like to think that the thriller is happening this year, but again, the nonfiction I have already started. That's my May project. My May project is nonfiction. The next book in Orchard Hollow, and because then I can just kind of keep rolling. Because in October, I actually have 2 books, a book and a novella, due to my publisher. The one book then I still can't talk about yet, but I'm excited about. And then the novella is part of the Orchard Hollow world that I'm writing now, and it's kind of like a holiday novella. So. Send help is basically what I'm saying. If you want to send me wine, I'll be very appreciative of that, because like, my gosh, I think I need it. It is hectic over here. So I know I said it was going to be a shorter author chat. It looks like it's not a shorter author chat at all. So I'm sorry if I talked your ear off, but hopefully that kind of gave you an idea of what I'm dealing with and how sometimes the work that we have, like it fluctuates. I have had months where I have had nothing to do, not nothing, but so little. And now I'm kind of in these months where I don't know what the weekend is most of the time. And so it's going by fast. So things will fluctuate. So if you're also in this hectic time, please drop a note and let me know, because I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you want to see any specific videos for me to make sure you put in the comments, so we can do a ghostwriting one, like I said. Do you want to see a nonfiction one? Do you want to see a video about switching genres? Because I'm very familiar with that. I can do a video about going from indie to trad published or being a hybrid author. So let me know what you want to see from me in the future, because I love to hear from you guys and I want to make you videos that you want to see. And so it's important that you tell me, because then I'm not just making content that's just out there and nobody wants to see it. Another video I could do that I was thinking, actually, because my review of FreeWrite, the machine that I used to write on, was very popular. And so I was thinking I could do an updated kind of how I feel about it, because I have been using it since December-ish, so end of November, December-ish. And it's been, 5 months now? Am I counting right? Almost, not 5 months. We're going on 5 months. So 4 months. Wow. I do math. So it's going on 5 months of me using it. So 4 months I've used it, but I can do an updated kind of review on what I think of it, and if some of my opinions have changed or if they have not changed. So that's another video that could be on the table. But I will stop talking for now. Thank you for bearing with me. I hope you enjoyed kind of seeing what I've been up to. It's been wild. So thanks for joining me as always. I hope you stay magical, and I will see you next week for a video that will not be quite as hectic, and probably I will talk about things that are more positive than how much pressure I'm under. But send help, seriously, I need it. Bye guys.